Okay, let's see. Okay, here we are. Yes, you guys are so glad right now that I spared you the gory details of this project here. But what you're looking at here, right, is tilt the camera right here. Tilt the camera up. Let's get it right. What you're looking at here right, this is the main drain pipe that comes out of the house, comes into this junction right here where this 45, dude, get away, with this 45 comes up straight up, and then the main drain goes along to about 4 or 5 feet out of the frame, and then it turns, makes a 90 and goes out to your septic tank. Now this here 45 sticking up right here, this is the clean out pipe right here. You know what I'm saying? What happened is, and this occurred over time, probably a few months, right, is that in this area of the house, the corner of the porch right here, right, accumulates the most snow, and it stays frozen for the longest time, because this is in the shade of the house, because the sun right now is getting ready to go down. It's like 5:30, and it's going down that way in front of you, right to the west. So this is always shade, it's always cold, right? This probably occurred a few times, before. That's why Jimmy did it this way, right? You know what I'm saying? But when the ground freezes right here, everything freezes with it. And then when it thaws, when it freezes, it contracts. When it thaws, it expands. This contraction expands over, years and months. Winter seasons, right? And finally, what happened is that the mud, when it thawed out this time, it was so wet from leaking and leaking and leaking, right? That when the mud shifted, it pulled the pipe out, and then a bunch of mud went down the hole, and it plugged the whole system up, right? And this whole thing, this hole right here, just back-blooded bad. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Plus, then there's an added problem of throwing away, baby wipes and non-flushable, stuff, right? That doesn't help either, right? So people don't believe the packaging on the side of the wipes. They are not flushable. They do not dissolve. Do not throw them in the toilet and try to flush them, because then you'll end up doing a nasty-ass job that you don't even want to know about. So, what do you got going now, Brian? This is what I got going. I went out back, right, and I shoveled up a wheelbarrow so full, right, of some, old wood chips, bark, all kind of stuff. So I throw in these broken pieces of lattice. Because wood will help absorb it, plus, as it breaks down and it put nitrogen back into the ground, into the compost, this whole thing. Yes, remember, what's his name? He grew potatoes on Mars using human poop. Remember? Yeah. We're going to compost this down and just keep adding wood chips to it until, it's fairly full, and then I'll throw some dirt on top. Plus, we're going to get a bag of lye and spread it all over the mud right here, right? You know what I'm saying? And then wood chips on top of that. And we're just going to let this dry. And over time, you never even know, right, that the sewer broke and everything overflowed for a couple, 2, 3 months, and you didn't know about it. Yes, this job is gnarly. Disclaimer. You need to wear adequate clothing when you're working around the sewer, the septic tank, anywhere there's, human waste overflow. You need to wear good rubberized gloves, long sleeve shirt, right, something to cover your head and your eyes, usually a mask, but since it's pretty dry right now, pretty good. You don't want it, excuse me, you don't want any of the, the waste to come into contact with your lips, your eyes, your nose, breathing membranes, or any of that stuff. There is a high potential for meningitis and other diseases, right, associated with human waste, right, good shoes, long pants, don't take any chances. Work slowly, work carefully, rinse your hands, wash your hands a lot, don't touch your eyes, or your gloves, refrain from all of that. Right, with all that being said, let's get back to it. After letting the pipes and the hole and everything, the mud and everything dry for a couple of days, I came up with this idea, right, that I needed to cover it with something, right, to keep it, to minimize the effect of the freezing and unfreezing of the mud and stuff. Alright, so I came up with this idea. Maybe I could use a milk crate. Make a little cover for it. Alright. So, I went out my bag, found me a little milk crate. What the heck? See? Cut that section out here now. And cut a section out of the top. Now we just need to cut it out like that. Alright, so let's do this side over here. See? Now it fits on there and the pipe will stick up like this. This side will fit on the bottom and the back. Let's go give it a test drive. Okay, now looks like we got a pretty good gig going on right here. Let's see. Alright, we can move it up to here. Alright, let's see what we got here. Looks like it'll work. Yeah. Just like that. Now we just bury it in. Look at there. Easy as fishing. Alright. It's all nice and level. Now it's protected. Alright. I added the concrete stake. Keeps stability on the cleanout pipe. There you go. 1, 2, 3. This is me, Brian. Please like and subscribe. Share this video. If you think other newbies need to how to fix their septic tank. Stop the war. Thank you. Cow over there having a baby. That's what the neighbors is waiting for. He's over there somewhere. You can hear him mooing. Thank you.